Okay, I think I should be live. Hold on, gotta reset. This is 30 minutes. This is that one. That one. Okay. Okay, so I think I should be good now. So I ended up taking a few more trades I shouldn't have yesterday in the Asia session. Um, let's see. Of course, it's loading. Switch over to so here we have the 30-minute candle. Trying to create a top. We have weekly view up above at 72. So we'll see if we get there. That's where I'm looking to take a short position right now. We might have a zero print. I thought we might have a zero print somewhere in this section, but I didn't see any. Switching back to the volume chart. Sorry, getting distracted. But yeah, you can see here, definitely a big sign of over trading. All these little like execution history markers. But I'm still under my max loss limit for one of my evals. So I'll focus on that today. Might wait to take a trade until the 9:30 candle closes and see how price reacts here. Let's see. I'm checking out TradingView right now. I didn't add it as a scene. I do see a stack of volume from 73.25 to 73.38. So let's see what we can do above 38. I think above 38. Let's see if I can get the weekly point of control is at 41. Don't know if 74.41. Okay. So if we do see, this is on the 50 range, 50 tick range chart. Mm. It's looking a little heavy for me here. Okay, so let's do three micros here. I'm risking 120. But on the delta, we have less delta at the peak here on the range chart. And then on this chart here, we have, why isn't it loading? Oh, I'm choosing the wrong one. We have this like empty space here that I'm looking to fill on the 30-minute candle. I'm not sure how well my cursor is showing up. I think it's, if it's in 4K, then you for sure should be able to see it, but this section here and this section here, we are 5 minutes into the 30-minute candle. I don't hate the top of this candle, how it looks like. I don't hate how the top of this candle looks like. Yeah, so let's see if we can test VWAP. It's around 03 to 06 for session and daily. So it's like 20 points. Like 20 points, more or less. I need to get some coasters. Um, on this range chart, you got a balance looking profile here, another balanced one looking here. This one kind of looks like a D-shape, kind of balanced, but we'll see. We started to fill this top part of this candle. We got the bottom part on. Started filling up this, and now we have this part here. So we filled the top part of this candle. We didn't fill the bottom part. It's around 73.19 is kind of like a low volume notish. Or a spot with low volume. Not a zero print or anything. At least not that I'm seeing. Mm. So I go back to trading view. We're still in this consolidation area. I see a node from 73.26 to 73.37. So 26 to 37. I don't even know how long it was, but 26 to 37. Does that capture it? I'm on this chart right now. 6 to like 37. Template. Okay, so for the volume profile on the left hand side, it was 1 day. I changed it to 7 days, and I'm back to making it a daily profile. I have the volume area highlighted. Yeah. Man, I really overtraded on all of my accounts pretty much. Let me take away these execution markers. Okay, so you can see that we tapped this like node here from 73.26 to 73.38. We started bullish, and then once we started hitting this point of control here, that was my first sign that it was looking bearish. We went above it, and then we closed below this point of control here as well. We're at the daily VWAP and the session VWAP. So I should close out my trade here. Yeah, I'll close it out there. So depending on if we are gonna bounce here on VWAP, well, I might need to go check on something, so I'm gonna, I wish I set it up correctly. Okay, let me mute it and I'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like we closed below, so we're closing below VWAP. It's 9:15. I do like the top of this candle, so I'll re-enter in with 3. And I'll put my stop here. I don't hate the top of this candle either. Like, I really like it. Or like the top of a candle. So let's see if we continue to lose both VWAPs. We're losing it so far. Any zero prints on the 10K chart? I don't see any. Mm. Let's see if we stay below VWAP. So I move my stop to 06, which is session VWAP is 08. So we'll see if we can hold below these, like the top of these candles. Gonna make them, yeah, I think that makes it easier to see. So top of these candles is what I like to see for like a top, and then you got the same kind of similar looking pattern on top of this candle as well. So let's see if we continue to go lower. So far on stream, I have 2 wins. 1 setup, 2 wins. It started with we're looking for price to fill these gaps from the 30-minute candle. Now we're quite below it. We're around the lows, so we'll see if, I feel like there's a good chance we'll probably test the lows at 28. And on this chart, the green profile here is a 3-day. I think it's a rolling 3-day chart. So targets for going lower. Is this green? No, this is red. Okay, so we tested. Yeah, I wish I could make this bigger, but we tapped the overnight. Is that the value area high for the overnight session? It's a not looking profile. But targets, I like 72.50 long term, like higher time frame. More realistic ones like 72.84. Let's go back to the range chart. So it looks like we retraced to around my entry more or less. But we'll see how price does. What price does here. So I did up entering on my eval. Well, not my eval, my PA. Probably shouldn't have. Uh, switch to this chart for a bit. Okay. So let's see if we can build some volume here above VWAP. We have some empty space here. Let me see. Mm, this empty space that we have here is where I'd be looking for price action to like develop. We're above VWAP, so if we can maintain above there, I like it for a move up to the weekly VWAP, which is at 73.73. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, so I do see a zero print on the 15-minute. Couple of zero prints. Man, are we getting headlines? We may be getting headlines. There are the zero prints I see. So I may use those as an entry. Well, how far in? We got a few minutes left. So on this is, yeah, this is the range chart. You can also see the zero prints. We tap the first one. See if we can tap the second one. I'm gonna try it along here with a micro on my PA. So we kind of had a zero prints. I don't really count them if they're like at the bottom, but they're not technically at the bottom here of this range candle. So we're seeing a balanced like profile here. Okay. So we're seeing some price below the daily and session VWAPs. But I don't like it. I don't like it. Shouldn't have traded my PA. But it is what it is. I got my alert. Alert history. Little pop-up coming up. There we go. So I re-entered here on my eval. Of course, the eval trade is playing out, and my issue with this trade was I was nervous about losing my PA, so it hit like 60-70% of my what I was risking. I do like the bottom of this candle here. This seems like a balanced little range here. So we'll see if we can tap the weekly VWAP. We're around the point of control at 73.09. So we're below the VWAP now. Trying to create a node here. Delete these zero prints since we filled them already. Okay, so we're seeing some price action above. We're seeing price start to accept above VWAP. We're a couple minutes in the 9:30 candle. Okay, it just hit my stop loss, so I think I'm done for the day. I have like 300-ish bucks I can lose on my 150K on my eval. Okay, so if we're below, it's not a great idea, but I think I'm gonna short. VWAP here. We're below both VWAPs here. As of now. What monitor do I have up? That one. Okay. So right now I have my conservative stop here. Okay, okay. Let's do a range profile from here to here. If we can create a solid node above here, I'll shoot my shot for the last trade I have of the day. Okay, so I ended up going long as we saw price reverse based on like the composite volume profile. Little node here from 73.11, 73.9 to 73.11. We started to build this node up here, so I set my stop below the POC, slightly below the POC at 73.01. Which I don't like how it's looking now. I should lower my position size. Have not had a good 24 hours, but the accounts are still up, still alive. So for this eval, I'm on like 150-ish worth of drawdown for my max limit. My personal like max loss limit for the day. So far, based on this node section I drew here, let me extend it. Where most of the value, we have the POC above here on the top end of this range pro candle. This POC is like in that section, like in the local like high volume node, I guess I would call it. Let's see. Man, I really hate how Motive Wave, when you reset the chart scale, it enables like the auto scale, and it's something I have to turn off every time. Let's see. How does the daily chart look like? We tapped the overnight high, overnight value area high, and overnight value area low. And right now we're above the overnight POC, which is at 73.08. So on the weekly profile, we're below the POC at 73.30, but the next big node up is at 74. Okay, so I'm not sure how that showed up on stream, but I was checking the weekly volume profile, and the two big nodes were by the below the lower node at 73.20-ish. There's a node high, the next node higher up is at 74.50-ish or 40-ish. There's not a whole lot of empty space, but there's some like empty space in between that profile. Mm, we're trying to test the session slash daily view ops again. Session one is the lower one. I don't have the New York session. This is the daily view op. I don't have the New York session one on here. Mm, moved it a little lower below the stack of positive delta. See if that can be enough to hold it. Nope, doesn't look like it. So I'm not quite at my max loss for this eval, but I think I'm gonna call it. I'm on a red streak since Asia session. Uh, I got like $100 left in my personal loss limit for this eval, so I'm tempted to quote unquote try to catch the move. So because the POC shifted lower, if we can stay above 73.27, I like a move up to 7,400-ish. So let's see. These are 15-minute candles here. Or is it 30 low? There it is. So we kind of tested the highs shortly after we created the 30-minute opening range. We still have the low. So I made out this line to mark out the low here. Let's make this, what is that capturing the day? Sure, we'll leave it as that. Let me get rid of this right now. So for the daily profile, which is here, you can kind of see like we have a bigger node here. This is the like full day profile. Wait, is that so? Okay. So we've been stuck in this range here. We try to like go below it on the New York Open, try to go above it. We are seeing cumulative is increasing. I give it another shot. Where is it in relation? It's still below VWAP though. I'm not interested in longing until it's above VWAP. I'm trying to short here. With my stop slightly above the daily VWAP. On this 5-minute chart, since 35, even protecting the 5-minute highs. They got a few minutes left, so let's see if we can keep going. Added another contract here, so my max loss here is 150, which will bring me like $50 more in drawdown than I would have wanted to for like my personal loss limit. Right now, what's the word I'm looking for? Mindful slash aware that I'm basically looking for a breakdown or like a breakout, I guess, of this section here. We have the New York low here though. Some, right? 30. I think so. Yeah, that makes sense. We have a lot of volume here. Yeah, so the New York low is at 82. Mm. And then let's see if we can stay trending to the downside based on these 5-minute highs. If we can protect these 5-minute highs, I'll probably trail my stop. So we're so close to tapping the New York low at 72.83. We're below it, kind of. So let's see if we can stay there. If I trail my stop here, in the 90s, it's like 20 bucks in profit with 3 micros based on my entry is at 72.95. Man, I don't think I'm feeling too well. But looks like we are holding below the New York low or the New York open or the low of the 30-minute opening range, I should say. So on one of my TradingView charts, I should add it to my scenes. I have 72.60 as one of the levels to look out for. Or one of the targets, I guess. Let me show you this chart. This is the chart I'm looking at now. See how long we can stay below the 72.80s. We're seeing more volume at the bottom. See price trying to get higher. I think this summary profile is based on 2 months of data. Let me check. No, it's the day. So for the full day, we have a stack of 697 aggressive buyers slash passive sellers. We're below it now, so I'm gonna actually sell one more here. And put my stop around the stack of positive delta. It's purely a FOMO trade. Let's see if it'll play out. The 5-minute candles, it looks like fine so far. Let me see the 30 minutes. 30 minutes or 15, 30. So 39. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. We got some single prints. Formed here. I think it was 2 days ago. So like Tuesday, where we had the pretty much vertical distribution, where we kept making single prints. We didn't repair them. We didn't repair them fully. We tried to repair like maybe half of them, like halfway, and then we kept going down. So let's see if that continues to happen today. Mm, the spot where I quote unquote FOMOed in is still that contract is in profit. Um, yeah, so part of the reason why I added one there as well is to see if I can identify confirmation, so when trades are more likely to play out. Um, but we'll see if that ends up working or not. 72, 76 is where it would start to repair these single prints. Mm, zoom in. might start to repair this single print. Oh, do we see? We have a single zero print. Is it gonna? No, I think it. I'm not sure if we had a zero print at 72, 76, but we failed it if we did. So we just repaired that single print section. So let's see if we are to continue going lower. We're about to close the 5-minute candle. We retested the New York, like the, would it be the initial balance? I didn't check, but in the 30-minute low from like New York open to like 30 minutes after 9:30 to 10 Eastern, we created this low. Let me extend it right. So if we're going to continue downward, we repaired the single prints, so we should be good to go downward. If we are, we have this stack of passive sellers here as well, protecting this 73.80 level. So if I add one more here, we tapped up, tested this range POC. So let's see if that was a good choice or not to add another one. We repair the single prints, and then the next 5-minute candle, we are not above it. So let's see how price reacts there. I might move my stops in the 80s. Yeah. Did I even get some profit? But I'm over trading, whatever. Let's see if we can stay above the 30-minute opening range low. This is an eval, so 72, 74, risking 200. cut it back. We're above the single print area. So we're above the single print zone right now. Here, which is a good sign. And we're above the opening 30-minute range low. We got a pretty big order here. That's 72.89 as well. Which I guess that's kind of like where I entered. Yeah. Which it was, if I was planning to do this, I should have set like a stop loss. So if I was short 3, I should have bought like 6 here at this 72.83. Moving my stop up a little bit. See if we can continue to protect these 5-minute lows. Hmm. I was close to lowering my position size to a micro instead of 3. Mm, we're getting a push up now though. We're seeing this kind of balanced looking profile here on the 50 range chart, 50 tick range chart. see if we can continue to push up. The New York session VWAP is a little bit higher. Okay, looks like we're probably gonna retest the 72.89 level if I had to guess, but it's so close to hitting VWAP as well. Are we seeing that many aggressive buyers come in? That big order is skewing the delta here. This cumulative delta chart. We do have a spot here, like an empty space. Not sure if we'll fill it today, but looks pretty solid. Where is the weekly VWAP at? Again, 73.70. Okay. Which is way up there. Got another big market buyer here. It's a big person or a lot of contracts. So if they had to take profit, probably like value area high at 73.20 would be a solid target. Not super like high up as the weekly VWAP is. Any zero prints? No zero prints that I'm seeing on the range chart, at least. Yeah, no. Let me switch over to this one. So we tapped VWAP. We didn't see a lot of market selling, which could be people taking profit. Okay, my position closed out, break even, but I think I should stop trading for the day. I'm disappointed about my PA. I got like 150 bucks left in drawdown, but I'll trade again probably Monday or maybe Tuesday. Unless a really good setup presents itself. Hit my max loss limit, my personal max loss limit on my 50k eval. I got like 200 bucks ish left. I'll draw on my 150k eval, but I don't wanna overtrade, so I may take those 200 bucks left of drawdown that I have off stream, but I think I'm done streaming for the day. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.